What's up, guys? My name is Gokon137, and welcome to the second ever Bearwood Park Developbear podcast. Today we are here with a good chunk of the Developbear team. We have me, Macy, Dilligord, Mero, Sophie, Hal, Carson, and Polka. And during this live stream, we will be talking about the future of Bearwood Park. We will be showing you guys a bunch of cool sneak peeks, and you guys will also have the opportunity to ask our entire team any questions that you have about Bearwood Park. And just for some context, our first Bearwood Park Developer podcast was a while ago, and it was only for the Patreons, or the Patreons, I guess. But this time we decided to take it public, right? We want all of you guys to know about the amazing things that are happening behind the scenes, because over the past few months, the team has been making incredible progress. Bearwood Park is coming to life. The world looks beautiful. We have an amazing team, and honestly, we are just so excited for you guys to see the first version of Bearwood Park in early to mid 2021. So we can see that we already have a bunch of people on the stream. What's up, guys? We have Yellow Rory, Villager, Beast Games, and many more. And let's jump right into the stream. And just for a little context, here's how it's going to go. We have this intro, then I've already given you guys context about the whole stream itself. But our first segment is going to be about customization and design in Bearwood Park. We're going to talk about how we want to handle player customization, which entails, the features that you're going to be able to access, the items, the rooms, pretty much like the world itself. And then we're going to go over the Barewoodtober winners. If you guys weren't aware, we were having this event over the past month where you guys were submitting art. We have 4 winners for each of the weeks. And then we're going to have a Q&A with our Patreon supporters. And then we're going to have a Q&A with everyone here in which you guys can ask whatever you want. Okay, awesome. So now I'm going to go ahead and ask the rest of the team to unmute themselves. Go ahead and say hi so everyone knows who's here. All right. Let's go. So I guess we'll just run down the line. I'll call out the names, and then you guys can, correspond the voices to the names, and you guys know who to ask questions to, and that way you'll also know who's talking throughout the stream. So first of all, we have Mero. What's up, Mero? How you doing?
Yeah, what's up? I'm the music guy, so any music questions, send them my way.
Mero is an amazing music producer, and if you guys saw the Bearwood Park reveal video, that was his music running in the background. It was fantastic. Everyone loved it. And next up, we have Sophie.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Bookie Sophie. I am the lead for the world design team. And anything you have, any questions you have for the world that Bearwood Park would be based in, shoot away.
Perfect. And let's go over here so you guys can actually see their faces. There we go. So now you guys can also see their icons, their little the bear icons on the screen as well. And let's go over to Carson next.
What's up, everybody? This is Carson. I am doing the backend server code, and I am also doing, the client.
Yep. Perfect. And next we have Dilligord.
Hello, everybody. I am Dilligord. I am a visionary on the visionary team.
Perfect.
I just come up with concepts.
Yep. Amazing work. Next up, we have Hal.
Hello, I'm Hal. I'm one of the admins of the visionary lead, and here to have a good time. Welcome back, everyone.
Love to hear it. All right. Next up, we have Macy.
Hey everybody, it's Macy, the admin and 2D lead. I'm here to answer any questions you guys have and to have fun.
Perfect. And last, but certainly not least, we have Polka.
Hi everybody, I'm a visionary and 2D world designer, and I'm glad you all came.
Perfect. And just before we continue on, can you guys hear everyone perfectly? Like, did you hear all of their introductions? Let's make sure that the audio is fine. All right. People are saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, awesome. Really glad to hear that. So with that, it is time to also, before we continue on, shout out our Patreon supporters, because honestly, Bearwood Park would not be possible without them. They have contributed greatly to our community, to our game development. So let's go ahead and give them a quick shout out. Here we go. Thank you to our Patreons. We have Evan Buplin, Dustin Dalton, Ziesel. We have Blueberry, Snickerdoodle, Stephen Hooker, and then Sir Questy. Thank you so much, guys, for all of your support. And if you guys want even more perks with Bearwood Park, our Patreon link is in the description. And it's also in our official Discord server as well. And with different levels of the Patreon supporting, with different levels of being a Patreon supporter, you get different perks. And among those include these exclusive streams and sneak peeks and a lot more. Okay, sweet. And with that, we can go ahead and jump over to our first conversation for this live stream, which has to do with our design philosophy, how we're taking on customization in Bearwood Park, and a lot of the features that you can expect. Okay. Here we go. So I think the Patreon link is actually not in the description. So we're going to go ahead and fix that. And also, before we jump over to the customization segment, Hal actually wants to talk a little bit about Halloween. So you know what? We'll give Hal the chance to do that. Hal, go for it. Have a blast. Share with the community what we have in the works.
All right. Hello. So I know this was advertised as a Halloween stream, but it's a week after Halloween. So I apologize for being a little late for festivities, but I do want to talk about Halloween stuff. So obviously we did have like the Barewoodtober thing, which was the Halloween tradition that we want to continue on for many more years to come, where we have Halloween art prompts. This prompt was more themed around fall, but next year we might have spooky themes. And I do want to also elaborate that there will be prizes in-game and out of game for participating in Barewoodtober. As for Halloween, unfortunately we couldn't make it for Halloween this year, but I do want to before Halloween, the Halloween spirit's completely gone, I do want to, talk about and say that we do have a really nice Halloween party in store next year for Bearwood Park. We've come up with a lot of like really crazy ideas to really, make things spooky but make things fun, But anyways, I hope everyone did have, a safe Halloween. Whether you were freezing to death or sweating to death, because October weather is just nuts. Regardless of your experience, I hope you were all safe. All had good time, having fun. If you trick or treated, went out partied, whatever. But make sure don't eat too much candy because you will get sick. But other than that, I just wanted to wish you all, a nice, happy Halloween. And now we're going into November, and be prepared because we're hoping to release some nice sneak peeks soon for November and December. So keep your eyes out. So I hope that you guys are all, excited. And that's all I have to, that's all I have to say. But just wishing you all, happy Halloween, even though it is, a little bit late. But it's okay.
Beautiful. All right. And with that, let's go ahead and transition a little bit into a conversation about, our design philosophy, the way that we're building the world out. And I guess I will give a little introduction or just my thoughts about Bearwood Park in general. So, yeah, as Hal said, this is a bit like a little late Halloween stream. But, when I came to help, or when I came to kind of, put together Bearwood Park in the beginning, or when like that seed was first planted, I was very inspired by, events. Like when I think back to virtual worlds that I used to play growing up, it was the events during the holidays that I have like the fondest memories of. And like personally for me, that's the spirit that I hope to kind of continue and imbue in Bearwood Park moving forward. So whether it's Halloween or the holidays or any event that you celebrate, like that sense of celebration we want to bring to Bearwood Park, because we feel that that is what brings the community together. And, having custom items that pertain to the holidays, having custom rooms, sick music by Mero. Like, honestly, I think that's what would make Bearwood Park, like, amazing. And that's what I'm really excited to bring. And let's see. And now I'll also kind of, pass it over to the rest of the team, have them share their thoughts about, what they want Bearwood Park to be like in the future, how they envision it going forward. And let's see what they have to say. All right, Macy, you can start off.
All right, so back when Gokhan originally made his announcement to get people into the team, I remember I was thinking, well, you guys know that I ended up being a 2D design lead, so I am almost not at all contributing to everything that is world design. But the test included something for world design and for general character design. So when I was sitting down thinking how do I design a central room for this virtual world, and I realized there should be three key components. And let's see, look at almost any other real virtual world and think about this. What are the three main things people like to do in games? And I thought there are three things: fun, like playing little video games or mini games; food, like everybody likes places like um everybody likes the food places even in virtual worlds, even if they're not like actually, even if they don't actually serve a purpose. And then fashion, everybody likes customizing their characters to make them look unique and or like them. So that's one of the rules we decided to go with when designing our I'm at a loss for words. That's something we decided when we decided to do when we started designing our rooms, is the three F rule: fun, fashion, food.
And honestly, like I remember when Macy first mentioned like this philosophy to me, and I thought it was genius. I loved it when I first heard it, and like I think it honestly is integral to almost any virtual world to kind of give it that homey, cozy, like world-like experience. Like what else do you need besides those three things? And I think it makes perfect sense, and that's how we're kind of building out the central room in Bearwood Park. You guys will find those three components, and I think those three components are core to like an enjoyable user experience. And Macy, just curious, like what sparked this idea? Did you always like? Is that kind of did it come naturally? Like what was the origin?
Well, this is gonna sound kind of dumb, but when I was designing the virtual world, well, first we didn't know that it was gonna be bears. We did have a basic idea of designing a polar bear, but at the time, most of us thought that it was, mainly to test our designing abilities and character design abilities. But I kind of decided to make, what if it was something like a mall? Because where would you see these things so closely together? So I try to have something that would link to a food patio and to a I don't know, a clothes shop and to a minigame place, something like that. And I was also asking my friends, like I grabbed a group of a few of my friends, people that I knew closely from school mostly. What do you think is the main thing? And they all immediately said customization for the character, like, which is what we're kind of talking about right now. So they agreed with me. They agreed that that is a very important part of the game, customizing your character. And then and aside from that, it was mostly also, oh, okay, I'm at a loss for words again. Yeah, it was them thinking, yeah, like the idea of, I don't know, who hasn't gone to what a food place in a virtual world and role play with their friends. That is a fun part, even though it's just to some people it's silly. That is a nice, fun thing to do, like meet up at the pizza parlor in Club Penguin, for example. That was a big thing. And yeah, so that was, I felt that was an important place, and that's something that we actually want to focus on a lot more, not just have it be useless, have it have a purpose as well. And of course, minigames. If you have a virtual world without minigames, it would feel empty. So those three things felt very important. Maybe fashion and food. Yeah, no, fashion and fun being the most important ones, but food is also kind of like a good thing. Everybody likes food. Everybody needs food. It's a core thing of like us as people. So why not include it in our world?
Definitely. And also, I'm just kind of curious. So we already have some food places in the works, but if you guys have any ideas for what you would like to see, or what kind of restaurants or places that you guys would be fond of, leave your suggestions in the chat. Like the entire team is looking at the live chat right now, and we are taking note of what you guys are saying, what you guys want, and we'll be sure to take your suggestions into consideration. All right. So here we go. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about the vibe of Bearwood Park itself, because Bearwood Park is not like any other virtual world that you guys have seen yet. We have a very, a woodsy vibe, very cozy, and it's something that you haven't seen in a virtual world before. And sure, you may have seen segments of it in like certain rooms, but this is exactly how Bearwood Park is as a whole. And I think to this end, Sophie would be the best to, kind of give her thoughts about her inspiration for designing the world, how she wanted to, develop its look, and what inspired her overall. So Sophie, you can go for it.
Alrighty, thank you, Gokon. So what I want for Bearwood Park to be is for every room to be concise, to give off the feel that it's supposed to give off. Like if it's a room that you first spawn in, you should have all the essential stuff that Macy talked about in her 3Fs rule, so that everyone can get accustomed to the world that's gonna wait for them beyond the first room that you spawn in. And as you venture out, you start to see rooms with different functions, and it's important to get everyone to have a clear view on what each of those rooms represents. So my main inspiration for the rooms is mainly the kind of nature that I have where I grew up, and also in mountainous ski type of parks or national parks that you see all over the world. And I want to have different rooms that would incorporate every single different element from these ski mountainous national parks, and to modify them to a more modern look. So my main inspiration for the look would be all of the MMORPGs that I've played over the years, since I was small, with World of Warcraft's like a village type of towns, to the dangerous mountainous regions for further unexplored territories. Undertale is also a big inspiration for the look. Even though it's a pixelated RPG Maker game, it honestly has a big impact on the environments that it wants to portray, and it does it very effectively. Since it sets you in a certain type of mood, and that's what I want to achieve. So that would be it. I'm not really good at explaining how I feel with the rooms that I design, but it's honestly how I feel at the moment when I'm tasked with designing a area for the game. So we would have mountainous worlds, mountainous areas. I'm sorry. We would have modern like shops, traditional street market shops. How should I say? Lake kind of resorts. Everything to make the world pop out and seem real to everybody. So that's my main concern, to let people be fully immersed in the world, and kind of speak to them and give a nice homey feeling to everybody. So that's my main goal. And seeing as though we have bears for the game, I want to make the game feel as accurate to the bears' habitats. And we have different bears around the world, and set in different settings. Like you may have some bears like creeping up to, how should I say, modern human like communities, and that would be a fun idea to implement, in a world where the bears are the main focus, and they would actually do these human like activities, and see all these human like places. So, and I want to make the nature around Bearwood Park seem very vibrant, full of life, and to encapsulate what is good, what is beautiful around our world. I want to from nature. I want to put it all into Bearwood Park, or at least try to get the feeling in there as good as I can. So that's my segment on the world design, and I think we should give this role to Hal now.
All right. Yeah, to add on to like what both Macy and Sophie have said, trying to find a feeling for, how I want the world to feel. Something we refer to as like nature, just specifically like the Western United States, like the Northwestern area, like where it's like pretty much all forests, and we want to have an environment that it feels like that it's possible for an advanced, like a bear species that has the same intelligence as a human can live in. So like we're not going to have like machines and stuff like that, because we're like super advanced machines and stuff like that. We want to like really push the fact that, like, the bears, they care for the environment and they build their world around the environment. So we took a lot of inspiration from natural, some medieval structures. There's a lot of games that have like very nice, dare I say, vibes and stuff like that to what we're going for. Like one game that I like really love to play is Terraria. I love the idea of having this world that is so diverse with how it feels, but it feels like you're in an untouched land. Same thing can go with Minecraft. Like both games have this very natural, beautiful feel to them, where sometimes you can just get lost in the moment. And I feel like mining in this game confirmed. Yeah, we're making a Minecraft clone. That's what Bearwood Park is. No, I'm kidding. So for Bearwood Park, something we want to push for a world that feels natural and something that feels cozy. Bearwood Park is going to be, in a way, like second home for many of our players. We want to inspire a positive player base, and we want to inspire creativity and taking care of the environment and being there for each other. And I think if by establishing those fundamentals in our design with 2D design, with our game mechanics, with our world design, we can eventually we can build a very positive community. And especially with right now with COVID and everything, everyone kind of feels isolated. We don't get to connect with each other, and I feel having this comfortable environment where you can be yourself and you can have fun and you can be with your friends and explore the great wide world. I think having this type of environment is going to it's going to be a positive place for people, and it's going to inspire people to take care of each other and be there for each other. And I think that's a very noble goal as Bearwood Park, is that we want to inspire friendship and love for the environment.
That was beautiful, and I think Hal very perfectly captured the essence and the nature of Bearwood Park and like the vibe that we're going for, the environment that we're going for. And I think when he said that it's going to be a second home, like that is the mentality that we're taking, right? We want Bearwood Park to feel homey, for you guys to find a community that you get along with, to find a community that you love and feel attached to. And that's pretty much our mission overall. And now I think with that, we have covered, our design philosophy very well. So I think with that, unless anyone has anything else to say, we can now jump over to the Q&A segment. And let's see. So first of all, here's how we're going to do the Q&A. So we have some questions that are already pre-prepared that came from you guys, which we will run through. And then we'll open it up to a live Q&A for the stream chat. So once we go over these questions, and there are roughly 9 or 10 questions here, we will then cover all of the questions that you guys are asking in the stream chat, and you'll have the opportunity to ask us questions as a whole, or you can also direct questions towards specific team members. All right. Perfect. So here we go. Let's jump into it. So the first question is about mascots. And the question is, are there going to be mascots in the game? And for this question, I'm going to go ahead and direct it to Polka, who has done some, brainstorming for our initial mascots, and they've done an amazing job, so I'll let you go for it.
Thank you. Yes, there will absolutely be mascots in Bearwood Park. And actually, if you head over to the Discord channel, there was a reveal of one of the mascots a long while ago. I'm excited to show everybody the mascots we've been working on. We have such amazing mascots. I want to thank everybody who's helped on the mascots. They are just adorable, funny, and just amazing. But yes, there will be mascots in Bearwood Park.
We love to hear it. And yeah, we've noticed that a lot of you guys were super excited about mascots. We're very curious about mascots. And you all have seen a few sneak peeks. I'm not going to name any names or go into too many details, but it's going to be exciting. And then the next question that we have is, okay, so then will we have mascots that will come and play with other players? So we have a handful of people on the team that can go ahead and, address this question from different angles. And does anybody want to go first?
I'll be able to, talk a little bit about it. So, mascots, characters, whatever you want to, call them, you can't have a world with just players. You need to have, other characters to help build the story and really suggest that this is a living, breathing place. I do not want to really talk anymore about this because I want to keep a lot of things as a surprise for players or leave a lot of these sneak peeks for later. But what I can say is that we may plan for, these characters to, come out and play and, hang out with you guys. But we really can't say more because we don't want to, spoil anything. So just keep your eyes out. That's all I've been saying is just keep your eyes out. But it's really, I think you guys will be excited to see what we have in store for our characters.
Definitely. And does anybody else have anything to add to that? All right, perfect. So the next question that we have is, will there be mini games? And I'll go ahead and give a very quick and clear answer to this. It's an easy yes. There will definitely be mini games in Bearwood Park, and we're working on several different concepts of what those first few mini games can be. And there's different types of mini games, right? It's like some of them will be single player, some of them will be multiplayer, but we want to focus on both ends, because I think just having solely single player games will kind of isolate players too early on, but we want to foster that community spirit, and that's only achieved through these multiplayer mini games. And if anybody has anything to add, feel free.
Yeah, we can't really have the fun part in the 3F rule without minigames. So of course we're going to have minigames, and they're going to be fun. They are going to be fun. You will enjoy them. That is a threat.
Okay, next question. Will there be an economy, or will it just be money where people, earn and buy? So the economy aspect of Bearwood Park is something that, we're still working through. It's we've all had different ideas, and I'll kind of, give my 2 cents, and then I'll let any team members also give their perspectives. But the way that I see it, I do see there being an economy in Bearwood Park. Perhaps not like a super advanced one, but I think something that extends beyond, earning coins through mini games and then just spending them on items would be more fun. And what do I mean by this, right? So I think if you have the ability to earn coins through different ways, right? Not just mini games, but by interacting with the world itself. I think the issue with mini games is that it separates you from the world, and you earn coins in some separate segment, and then you have to come back to the world. But in real life, right, you earn money by doing things, by interacting with the elements around you. And I think that's a philosophy that we want to adapt while building the economy of Bearwood Park. Like, you will be walking around the park, you'll be doing things that will generate you coins, and you'll feel attached to everything that you're doing. And in addition, like, right, we want you to spend money on more than just clothing items, because there's more than just clothing items and, things pertaining to your house. But I'll kind of leave that under wraps for now. And if anybody else has anything else to add to the economy discussion, feel free. Taxes in Bearwood Park.
No taxes. That's too
Yeah.
deep.
Agreed.
That's too deep.
We don't wanna-
We're gonna have a very
I'd be banned day one for not paying my taxes, bro.
Please.
we're gonna have a very
no.
advanced economic system. You're gonna have to get a degree in economics if you want to play Bearwood Park. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
sorry guys.
Dang, I
yeah.
just turned 18. I don't want to
Yeah,
start
there's going to be
thinking
an
of taxes
investment
so
system and
early.
everything.
Mhm.
You can have Bearwood Park version of Wall Street. You're going to be able to invest.
Oh, okay. Let's. I cannot. I'm not. We're not.
If anything, next thing,
Wolf
if
of
you
Bear
cannot
Street.
get money, I don't know, just rob a bank in Bearwood. But this is a joke.
No, Macy, no. Macy, we have to be good influences for.
Don't give them ideas.
I mean, you
Okay,
cannot
that's-
rob a bank. You cannot rob a bank if we don't have a bank.
Macy,
True.
okay.
That's true.
And you can't go to jail if there's no jail in Bearwood Park.
That's also a good
We could just
point.
ban you on a mountain cliff. Or
Yeah,
or anything.
the jail is oblivion. We ban you and you're gone.
Getting sent to Bearwood Park
Giant
Shadow
man
Realm.
comes in and picks you up and puts you on a mountain.
Puts you on a mountain. Just
I'll pick you up and put you on my mountains.
What's that Greek
Get
myth?
vibe checked.
What's that Greek myth of like that guy who has like he has to push a rock like up a mountain and like every day like he can't push it up enough so he slides all the way down the mountain. That's what's
I
gonna
do
happen
that,
if you break
My
the
mind-
rules in Bearwood Park. I'm okay.
I have no idea.
Just to be clear, we're joking.
That's the
Oh my
myth of
God.
Sisyphus.
Good.
All right. So
I don't know that story.
if it
I
wasn't
just
clear,
know
we're all
cold.
joking.
The only mountain
Yeah,
story I know.
You'll
we
be
are
sent to
very
the-
serious in this house.
As you guys can see, this is what a typical, conversation among the developer team looks like during our meetings. Hopefully
Very
you guys
relaxed.
enjoyed it. All right. And the next question is about being able to customize and add features to your cabins. And I'll let Sophie answer this one.
All right, so this is an easy one. So yes, there will be customizable cabins and furniture items in the future, and as well as items that will have a certain other function. So they won't be just for decoration, guys. That's depending on their nature and event that is currently going on in the world. So, yeah, you will.
Perfect. Okay. And the next question that we have is Bearwood Park inspired by Club Penguin? So I think I'll let Hal answer this one. Hal had a lot of
Wait, no, I
thoughts.
was gonna take this one.
What happened?
We agreed that I was gonna take this one with Hal. Don't worry
yeah.
about it.
Go for it. Go
This
for
is
it.
this is a joint question. So I think it's obvious to say that the start of Bearwood Park, was kind of inspired by Club Penguin. Goku it's like, hey, I want to make a virtual world, and extend the applications, and then we all had the applications. But I think just saying Club Penguin is not fair. Also, if you guys can hear my bird in the background, I'm sorry. He gets excited.
It's okay.
My story with Bearwood Park doesn't even start in May 2020. It started back in 2010 when I played Animal Jam, and I played Animal Jam and Pop Tropica, and I was like, hey, these games are so cool, but they don't have everything I want. And when I was little, I'd think about all the things I'd want to do if I had the power to make my own game. And I kept those ideas with me because, it was my dream, because I grew up with virtual world games. I played Animal Jam for many years, and I took these ideas with me, and I decided, hey, you know what? I think we can take these ideas and apply them to Bearwood Park, which we didn't have a name for Bearwood Park at the time. When we first started, there were ideas being thrown left and right. We didn't have we had so many things we we were not sure on, like, how is the game going to play? What do the characters look like? What is so eventually, during Bearwood Park's development, we did get it settled, and we want our game to be distinct. It's not just, Club Penguin. It's not just Animal Jam. It's not just Pop Tropica. It's not just any other it's not just any other virtual world. It's Bearwood Park. It's its own thing, and Bearwood Park takes inspiration not just from other virtual world games, but it takes inspiration from many other games. And we are not trying to make the next Club Penguin. We're not trying to make the next Animal Jam. We're trying to make the next virtual world, and we want to take our experiences growing up with our own virtual worlds and build a place that is ideally a good game. Because, a lot of these games did have problems with them. Like, they had glitches that were never fixed. They had a staff that didn't listen to people. They had sponsorship or ads everywhere, and it was impossible to play. There's a whole list of features and, virtual worlds that I grew up with, some that are, not even around anymore. That I feel like there was a lot of missed potential in these games. And what I want to do is I want to take, the dreams of, like, making an environment that everyone can enjoy, everyone can have fun in, and make a truly good game and put it out there for people. I want people to know that this isn't a continuation of Club Penguin. This is its own thing. And I think that, yes, it is, pretty difficult, making your own game from scratch, despite, our team being our size. And we try to, we try to make sure that we are constantly, keeping engaged with the community. So I want to, explain that, hey, even if, Bearwood Park isn't coming out immediately or as soon as you want it, we are taking our time to make sure that the game that we are making is a quality product that everyone's going to enjoy. And no matter what, you should be able to enjoy Bearwood Park. You shouldn't feel like, oh, I have to, I can't have fun because I can't pay membership, or there's ads everywhere, or this or that. Bearwood Park is a place for everyone, first and foremost, and you should never feel like you're not allowed to play or you're uncomfortable or unsafe. Bearwood Park, basically, it's a love letter for, games that we grew up with in our way, to say, hey, this is the next generation of virtual worlds. We want to push the boundaries of what virtual worlds have established before. And we have so many, like, really big ideas that we cannot wait to show off. We're working on I'm not going to really say much, but we are working on a huge, huge thing for Barewood Park. Right? We'll just say that it is going to be super fun, and it's something that we haven't seen any other virtual world do before. But just remember, Barewood Park is a love letter to all the virtual worlds that came before us, and we hope to make a healthy, loving community for everyone to enjoy.
Well said, Hal. Well said.
Definitely.
That was a perfect answer. That was spot on.
He captured it good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did great.
Sorry for being sappy. I have, like, if I had, like, a list of,
too bad we could re-put it.
Yeah, if I had a list of, like, the amount of hours I spent, like, in my youth, like, playing, like, cool math games and other virtual worlds I grew up with, it'd be crazy. But I just, yeah. So that's it for my question. If anyone else wants to elaborate, feel free to.
All right. Sweet. So the next question is, what species will Bearwood Park have besides bears? And I'll let Poca take this one.
There might be other species, probably not playable. I believe the player card characters will stay as just bears. But I could see, definitely we could probably see some other creatures within Bearwood Park. I mean, what would a forest be without forest creatures? So maybe.
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 Lots of things are up in the air, but
Maybe.
what you guys will see, I'm sure you'll enjoy. Okay, next question. Will there be memberships, and what will they be like? So I'll go ahead and, tackle a good chunk of this question. So, right, I think the idea with memberships, or the underlying issue, is that they limit players from enjoying most of the features, right? It's like if you had memberships, but you were still able to play mini games or buy items or interact with the world like members do, there wouldn't be an issue. But the reality is that building a virtual world is expensive, and it takes money and it takes time. And right now, like, we're grateful enough to have a team that's just kind of, in it for the future, in it for the vision, in it for the potential for this game to, become the next big thing. But, as we expand and grow this team out, it's going to be increasingly expensive to, hire team members, to manage the servers, to hire artists, and lots of costs are going to come in the way. So that's a long-winded way of saying that there will be memberships, but I say it like that because we don't exactly know how we're going to monetize the game. It could be through memberships, it could be through currency, even though we are not leaning towards the currency aspect too much, because premium currency makes it feel like it's pay to win, which we don't want. But at the end of the day, there will be some monetization to Bearwood Park to help us, maintain the game itself. But at the end of the day, our goal is to ensure that the monetization doesn't take away from your experience on the game. That means, you won't have ads that are just like slowing down your browser and making the game unplayable. That means, we won't have parties that are just so limited to the point where you can only access one or two rooms, whereas, the members can go everywhere. We're going to try to find a more equitable divide between members and non-members, as opposed to what you may have experienced in other virtual worlds. Cough, cough, Club Penguin. That's my answer for the memberships.
The shade.
If anybody has anything else to add, feel free.
The memberships in Club Penguin, I feel like, is a universal issue that a lot of people had with Club Penguin. We all love Club Penguin, but at the end of the day, the memberships just felt like, I don't know, not cheap, but definitely like a little much. You could have just a few little items here and there, and it felt, I don't know, like, wow, I'm not allowed to be part of the cool kids because I don't have money or whatever. That was a big thing when I was a child, not being able to actually play with a lot of the other people like the way they are, because I couldn't afford a membership. But we're definitely going to try our best to make sure that it's, as all encompassing as possible, while still trying to, keep it running with some money,
Exactly. And also, those of you who are just joining the stream right now, so we are almost towards the end of the Patreon questions, and then after this segment, we will announce the Barewoodtober winners, and then after that, we'll open it up to a live Q&A with the entire chat. So before we do that, though, the next question is about Bearwood Park on mobile, and for this, I'll let Carson answer.
So, for Bearwood Park, we are planning on having a mobile version. I don't think we know exactly how we're gonna develop that yet. Whether it'll be like a mobile browser-based version, or if we are gonna have an actual mobile app. That's still something we need to discuss. But I've been thinking about it, and I've got some ideas on what all we will be able to add in the app. And I know for a fact that whenever we do release it, that we will have all the customization features that the browser-based version has for desktop. And obviously, you'll also be able to play the game itself. But that is still something we need to discuss as a team. And I guess we can let everybody know how that will go at a later date.
Perfect. Yeah, I think Carson summed it up perfectly. So we do want to have a mobile version of Bearwood Park, but we're still talking about that because that's something that's going to come a little bit more in the future. There's multiple ways that we can tackle it, but regardless, it's going to be great, and you'll still have that same Bearwood Park experience on your phone. Okay, and I think with that, we are good to move over to the Barewoodtober winners. Let's see. Okay, awesome. So this is how this is going to work. So we are now about to announce the Barewoodtober winners, and Sophie will be, walking us through them and announcing the winners. And
Alrighty,
I'll let her go for
it. Sorry. Okay, so let me just pull up something. All right, so this was definitely hard to decide, as a lot of you actually took part in this challenge, and I was surprised to see that there were a lot of good drawings. So all right, I'll be announcing the winners as follows. All right, so the winners for the first prompt are, I'll announce your Discord names. I'm sorry if you're going under another name right now, but on your YouTube account, but I'll be announcing the Discord names. So the first winners of the first prompt are Captain Cat and Runo86692. So I know that we said that would pick one winner per prompt, but honestly, we couldn't pick between these two, so we decided to have them both be the winners of this prompt. Okay, so the winners for the second prompt, the winner of the second prompt is Lanaila. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, but good job. Gokon, you can change the screen. Okay. There we go. There's her adorable prompt. I loved it so much. All right. Now we have the third prompt, which is Puff31300. Good job. And finally, the winner for the fourth prompt is the user by the name of Hello Guys. Hello Guys, I've seen the user. I'm speaking to the user right now. Your prompts for every single of the challenge every single entry for the prompts was so good, but my favorite one was definitely the fourth one. And you guys would have the prizes of, let me just get a reminder here. So you guys would get to pick your own item to customize, and to have your own personal item to have in the final version of the game, as well as you would have a separate role in the official Discord server for Bearwood Park, and a different color name for the game. So I'll message you separately after the stream to discuss what items you would love to see in the final game. When I say items, I mean a piece of clothing that you would like to see on your bear. So, yep. Good job, guys, and congrats.
Perfect. Congratulations to all the winners once again. You all had amazing entries, and the artwork just was incredible. All right. And now it is time to move on to the all chat Q&A. So, now everyone who is still tuned in, you can ask any questions in the stream chat, and the entire Bearwood Park team will be answering your questions. And you can either direct questions towards someone specific on the team, or you can ask a question, just a general question that can be addressed by all of us, and we'll go ahead and tackle them for a little bit. And then to top the stream off at the very end, we will then reveal 2 new sneak peeks. So we already have some Q&A questions that we've been taking note of throughout the stream, and let's go ahead and address the first one. So the first question that we saw in the stream chat, or one of the most recent ones, was how does sound tie into the building of the world of Bearwood Park? And we'll let none other than Mero answer this question.
The man, the myth, the legend, here in the flesh. So for me, I feel like the sound is just as important as the visuals in terms of creating the atmosphere and I know this word's been used a lot in the stream, but the vibe of the world. Because if you haven't got like a cohesive style of both, Hal, I swear to God, if you haven't got like a cohesive sound that matches the world, it doesn't feel natural. And if it isn't kind of like describing what you're seeing, so you could not look at the screen and hear the thing and still get the vibe of the room, then it's not good enough for me. I feel that's the best way I can answer it.
That makes sense. And yeah, like I totally agree with Mero's sentiment, right? Like the audio is just as important as like the visuals of the game. And I think we can see this in like, when you go on YouTube and try to search up like, music of past virtual worlds. And in this case, I'll just take the example of Club Penguin. Like they have millions upon millions of views, and like there's like a nostalgic aspect to the music. Like people don't cling on to just the visual aspect, but they cling on to the music. Like it's the music that brings them back to their childhood, back to, the good old days. It's what reminds them of like the good old days. And yeah, the music is definitely going to be a huge part of the game's development. And then we had another question. So it was, how does the team plan to address player security, virtual world and for security issues? Yeah, and we're more than happy to address that. So first of all, we are doing everything to ensure the safety of player data. Thus far, we've had no issues whatsoever, and that's exactly how we plan to keep it. We have incredibly talented programmers on the team who are well aware of necessary security measures for player data, for programming, and we'll do everything it takes to maintain the security of your player data. And what we want to assure is that you have nothing to worry about. Like at the end of the day, that's the sentiment that we want to communicate. You have nothing to worry about. Bearwood Park is safe, it's secure, and you're going to have a great time playing the game. And I think if Carson has anything to add, I will also let him say something, because Carson has incredible security experience.
Yeah, you pretty much already summed up what I was about to say. I do have many years of dealing with security issues. The very first game I ever made had a security issue, and ever since, that was like about 10 years ago now. And ever since somebody reported that issue to me, I pretty much I did a lot of research on security just to make sure none of my future games ever had that problem again, and none of them have so far. I always keep up to date on the current security measures to protect user data, database information, passwords, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's one of my top, number one concerns. So yeah, it's not going to have any issues whatsoever.
Perfect. And Hal, yeah, you can also add on to this.
Yeah, so in other I don't have like a lot of coding knowledge, or actually any coding knowledge at all, but I can still, kind of explain a little bit more of, how our security system is going to work. So, like we said, we take, player security very, very seriously. We're going to make sure that, we're constantly on top of things to make sure that nothing slips by. We want to make sure that, player information is, sorry, my bird is here with me. We want to make sure that player information is as secure. Casey, my bird is here with me, so I apologize. He wants to be a part of the stream too. But we want to make sure that, player security is number one concern, as well as staff security. As always, if you have any questions about, player security or your own account security, you can, contact us at support. We're planning on having a service where if you ever have the need where you have to, delete account data, we will allow that service. We'll see if we can ever have anything like two-factor authentication if anyone has interest in that for their account. Bird pets are not confirmed. No, that's just my real life pet, my real life bird. Surprisingly, no, I'm not a bear in real life, guys. But we really want to take player security very seriously. So, well, I can't really answer specific questions because I don't have that security knowledge that Gokhan and Carson have. I can, personally assure you that Bearwood Park staff we will try our absolute hardest to make sure that your account data is safe, that you are safe, and that our staff and our game are safe.
Exactly. All right, and also we're noticing that we're getting a lot of questions coming in, and I don't think we'll have time to answer everything, but what we could do is kind of speed run through these questions as well. So we get a question, we delegate it to someone on the team, we answer it, and I want to make sure that everyone gets their questions answered. So here we go. Next question. Let's see. What if you don't want heart-shaped noses? So I'll let Macy answer this.
Too bad. I mean, it is a design choice we took from a few things from the team, and the heart-shaped noses are kind of cute. I mean, it's an interesting design choice that I don't think we are going to change, and if we do change it, it's going to be for something special. So I'm really sorry if you don't like the heart-shaped noses. Deal with it.
I tried to give one of the mascots a triangle nose, and everybody voted against it. So
Yep.
Hearts for
you like
everybody.
the heart or get out. This is a joke. I'm sorry.
All right. Next question. Pets ? So Mouse is not here, but does anybody else want to take that question on?
I will. Yes. Hello. So here's the thing. We've already had so last podcast, if you didn't see the highlights, I would just basically say we have plans for pets. No, it's not my little bird on my shoulder. As much as I love my little bird on my shoulder and I wish I could have him, in the game, we already have plans for pets. Nobody, I can say with confidence, nobody that has guessed so far what the pets are, in terms of like what species they are. We are hoping to get, a pet system out in a future update, but all we can say right now is that pets are in development. So, as always, keep an eye out. Yeah. And I apologize for my bird distracting everyone. This is what happens when you have pets. They want to be a part of everything. And if I did not have Casey on my shoulder right now, he'd be tweeting really loud in the background. So I apologize, everyone.
Yeah, and I think we have time for 5 more questions. And I also just want to shout out Abe. Like, you're asking very, very meaningful and like deep and long questions, which I do appreciate. But here, let's jump through other questions. Or if this is a short one, I won't count it as like a question. So one question is different languages. Yes. Will there be a beta party? The answer is yes. Two-factor two-factor authentication, yes. And then there's like 2 questions about stamp books and achievements. I will let Hal answer this, and this will be like the first of our 5 remaining questions.
Okay, so an achievement system, I feel, as someone who's like kind of a completionist myself when it comes to video games, I like to, I like to be able to look back and look at like, wow, I've really come so far and I've gotten all the achievements and whatnot. Yes, there will be an achievement. Casey, you can't chirp. Oh my god, I am so sorry. Yes, there will be an achievement system in this game, and I hope that it is something that encourages players to, check every nook and cranny of our game and try to aspire to be, best. We're just gonna try to aspire to be, the best at a certain video game, find all the secrets and whatnot. Yeah, yes, that is definitely a plan for mini games. In terms of like collectibles and other things, there are collectibles being planned, and it does have to do with the secret big update. Currently, I can't say anything on the secret big update, but let me just say it is a big update. It's not going to be there for Bearwood Park's release, but it is a huge thing we have planned. And I can't talk about it anymore, but let's just say there's going to be a lot of collectibles and a lot of fun things that you can find around Bearwood Park. You just gotta keep your eye out. That should be the slogan of Bearwood Park. Keep your eye out, because that's all I've been saying.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff under wraps right now that we're like super stoked for you guys to eventually see. Okay, and now I'm going to answer another question. So this will be question number 2. Bearwood Park is an idea that is more or less completely from scratch in terms of development, at least. In what ways does it present challenges? Can you quantify the extent to which other games have helped? So, when I look at this question, right, the first thing that I think of is building a CPPS or any kind of, replica of a virtual world versus building one from scratch. And it presents a lot of challenges when you try to make a game from scratch, because you have no pre-existing code or designs or assets to go off of. Everything is made in-house, from like every little line, every little item, every pixel, every sound is developed in-house. And we are doing it all from scratch. And it's both fun but also challenging, because it's not as simple as, just kind of going to the drawing board and putting your drawings out there and making cool rooms, because we have a team of like 30 people, and that requires us coordinating our ideas, us going through hours and hours of conversation about what we want to see, about what we don't want to see. And then we also, for the central room and for all of our rooms, we go through multiple iterations of sketching, of conceptualizing, of finalizing sketches, and then the sketches have to get sent to like the line work team, then they get sent to like the coloring team, and there's like different segments of the world design team, and like the whole process is very complicated and nuanced. But I think we've done a good job of nailing it down. And like at first it was challenging and it was a bit slower, but we've gotten good at it. And shout out to Sophie for doing an amazing job coordinating the world design team. Shout out to Macy for doing an amazing job coordinating the 2D design team. I'm going to shout everyone out. Shout out to Hal for doing an amazing job coordinating the visionary team. Shout out to Switch, who isn't here, for coordinating the 3D design team. They've all done amazing jobs, managing their own sub-teams and making sure that we are able to create the best assets possible for Bearwood Park. And then the second part of the question is, can you quantify the extent to which other games have helped? Nada, zero, nothing. Like, I think they help in the sense of, ideation of, getting a grasp on what virtual worlds should have. But at the same time, we are trying to take a unique approach with Bearwood Park and develop our own custom features and bring our own unique style to the table. So in that sense, we don't draw on other games whatsoever. We're kind of just going into this with our own visions, with our own thoughts and our own ideas.
Yeah, literally everything for Bearwood Park is made from scratch. Not a single thing is like a royalty-free asset. Every pixel, every thing of sound. I don't know what the unit of sound is. Sorry, Mero, but literally every single part of Bearwood Park has been made from scratch with love from our team.
Yep.
It's all up here, baby. All up here.
Yeah.
All up in the brain.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
there's actually so much more. And there's so much more than what you guys have seen from just the website and the official art we've posted. We've had so many other like sketches and like long documents and everything else, and a very annoying little cute little sweet bird who's on my shoulder who is very entitled. Shush, shush. Um, we have a lot more, behind the scenes than and just, just the regular artwork that you see and just the sound that we've released. There's so much more and so much concept art, like so many hours of literally just being in a meeting call discussing how we're going to interpret our own thing. And like I said before, Bearwood Park is its own thing. We want to take inspiration from, past games, but we want to define a new, we want to redefine what it means to be a virtual world in terms of build it better. And we want to show that a community made project can be as good as, one that's made with like a big company. Because as you probably most likely already know, all of us are from around the world. We're not in some big connected. I'm so sorry about my bird. We're not in some big connected office where we're not in some big connected office where we can constantly be in person. We're all from around the world. We have people in America, people in Europe, people in Oceania. It's crazy. Like Bearwood Park is worldwide, and I think the fact that we're all community members and we're all building the game, we're building it from all corners of the earth, I guess you could say, that because of that, I think we can make a more genuine experience because we have experience with these games and we want to make something that is quality and original.
Yep. Help with that perfectly. And here we go. 3 more questions. If anyone from the team wants to pull out a question, feel free. Otherwise, I'll just read another one off.
I could answer one.
Yep.
Will we have voice actors for the mascots? Unfortunately, we cannot afford to do that. So no. Unfortunately not. So.
All right. Yep, that was just a simple answer right there, and that's the reality right now, right? We're not at that point where we can like hire professional voice actors or things like that, but we have big ambitions, and somewhere down the line, a few years down the line, we can't wait to see what we can bring to Bearwood Park.
And none of us are truly qualified to actually do that ourselves, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I
sadly.
think my bird can do some quality voice acting. Have you heard him for the entire stream?
all of us except for Hal's bird.
Yeah, Casey gets a pass.
That's not enough, though. We need more.
One bird. Okay, so there are a few questions in here that can be answered really quickly. Like, for example, will there be a beta party? Yes, we're going to have a beta party. And then things like, will there be servers with different languages? And also, yes, we're going to have servers with different languages. And there's one that is, will there be a bear-style secret agency? And that is kind of a no, because we don't want to have something so similar to Club Penguin, but we do want to have some other very interesting things, so don't be discouraged by that.
Yep. All right.
We could answer the where was it? Oh no, I lost it. Oh, how would you guys describe Bearwood Park in one word? I would describe it as fun.
I think, yeah, let's all answer this. It's just one word, and I think this would be a good way to kind of wrap up the stream. So, yeah, everyone, go ahead. Give your one-word answers to how you would describe Bearwood Park. And Let's just kind of go down the line of the Discord, the names and the Discord voice underneath streams. All right, so we'll begin with Mero. Oh wait. Oh, okay. So the question is.
Yeah, go again. Sorry, I literally just got back. Sorry,
no worries. The question is, how would you describe Bearwood Park in one word?
Fun. Simple. It's a fun place to live.
I agree. All right, Sophie, what's your word?
Home.
I like that one. Carson?
Work. Isn't a lot of work.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Exactly.
You're not wrong there, honestly.
Fair enough.
It is. It is.
Dilligord?
I'd say bear because of how many bears there are.
There are a lot of bears.
There are.
Yep.
I'm going to say cozy. I feel like that's the vibe that we've really kind of, created over these past few months. Hal?
I'm also gonna say work. listen. Look, I enjoy my work. I love my job, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. But please understand when I say it. We work a lot, and we apologize for the game not being out as soon as you guys want it to. But we are constantly working, like every single day.
Yeah.
So that's a downside to game development, is that it does take a lot of time, but I enjoy what I do. And I'm pretty sure everyone else does here too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely, for sure. It's lots of fun.
We wouldn't be doing it otherwise, yeah. It's a lot of dedication, most of all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Above everything.
All right, Macy. Finish us off.
I'd say deep because of what we were planning.
Oh.
Ooh, mysterious.
Yeah.
Wink, 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 wink,
Wink, wink, wink.
All right. And with that, we have all of our answers, and that was the last question for today's stream. For those of you who have stuck around the entire time, this has gone on for like over an hour now. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for your meaningful questions, and hopefully you all enjoyed our second Developbear stream. We'll be having more of these in the future, and whenever we do, we'll make an announcement on the official Discord server, which you haven't joined yet. Be sure to do so. But I'm pretty sure everyone here is probably part of the server already. Oh, and before we close off, it is time for the sneak peek. Let's give out the sneak peek.
Woo!
The moment that you guys have all been waiting for.
Woo!
Woohoo!
All right.
Let's see
Here
it.
we go.
Are you guys ready?
I'm trying to build the anticipation. Ooh, let's see.
Drum roll. Drum roll.
And here we go. So, Sophie, if you want to comment on these, feel free.
I still don't see them on my screen. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. I'm sorry.
Whoopsie.
Okay, guys, these are snapshots of 2 rooms that will be in the final game. I'm not gonna say what they are, but I would love to see your theories, maybe make up some kind of a lore behind this.
Just a theory.
It's just a theory.
A game.
Reference time. Okay, so these are the sneak peek, guys. Let me know what you think of them in the Discord server and in the YouTube live chat. But this is the hard work of the world design team and the countless hours that are spent brainstorming with visionaries. So I hope you like them and you like the style we have. So there they are. I'll post them later as well.
Yeah. Seems like the chat is going wild. Everyone loves it, which is amazing to see.
Yeah, I can see that. It's
Heck yeah.
amazing. That's a relief. That's a relief, honestly.
Definitely.
All right, and with that, hopefully you all have enjoyed today's stream. Be on the lookout for future Bearwood Park developer Q&As. We had a lot of fun doing this, and that's it from me. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and everyone else. You can say your goodbyes as well now.
Thank you for tuning in, guys. Bye bye.
Thanks for
Have a
coming.
nice day. Thanks for
Bye,
coming.
everybody.
Have a
Bye.
good
Fun.
word.